Good morning, students. So myself Akshay Mahindrakar. In our last previous classes, we were discussing about what fluid dynamics. In that fluid dynamics, which part we were in discussion with? We were discussing about viscosity. Okay. So whenever a fluid is in motion, so what is viscosity? Due to the tangential force between the layers of the liquid, what we had discussed in our last class, that force, tangential force, what is the basic process of the tangential force? It will destroy the relative motion of the liquid which is in motion, correct? No, it tends to destroy its relative motion. That is nothing but what? Viscosity, which we had discussed in our last class. So today we are going to discuss one more thing, that is nothing but velocity gradient. So this velocity gradient is nothing but dv by dx, where v is nothing but velocity. Okay, so how the velocity is changing, okay, perpendicular to the motion of the liquid. That means if liquid, that last class I had drawn diagram, no? If liquid is moving in this manner, okay, perpendicular for this path, if I draw like this means, okay, step by step, what was happening over there? Velocity values were increasing, okay. So this is nothing but what? Velocity gradient, okay, the rate of change of velocity with respect to the normal perpendicular direction where we are having the motion of liquid. Clear? So if I want to discuss about SI unit over here, means what will be the SI unit? For V velocity, what is our SI unit? Meter per second, correct? No? X is nothing but what? Meter. Okay. So what will happen? Meter will get cancelled. Will be remaining with S power minus 1. Clear? And if we want to check about dimensional formula, means what we can write dimensional formula or dimensional formula for completely in detail I will write. Dimensional formula for velocity gradient, correct? No? Dimensional formula for velocity gradient. So dimensional formula, how we can write? This S stands for what? Basically second, correct? No? In dimensional analysis, what we are going to treat it as T. Okay? T power minus 1. Okay? Okay? So now we are going to discuss about one more important fact, that is nothing but what? Newton's formula. Newton's formula for viscosity. So in olden days what happened? This viscosity concept, it has been discussed by Newton also. So he told that the viscous force, it is directly proportional to area of the liquid layers in which two liquid layers are in contact, and the retarding force, okay, the retarding force, it is directly proportional to velocity gradient also. What is our velocity gradient? It is nothing but what? dv by dx. Clear? So if I remove this proportionality symbol, means I will be mentioning f is equal to what? Some constant. I will be mentioning that constant as eta. This letter is known as eta. Okay? Eta into a into dv by dx. So basically from these two equations, what we can write means f proportional to a into dv by dx. Clear? So if I remove this proportionality sign, means I will introduce a constant which is known as eta. Okay? eta into a into dv by Okay. So here we are mentioning this F is nothing but what? The force of retardation. Okay. So F is nothing but viscous force, or we can call it as viscous force also, viscous force. Okay. This viscous force and the motion of the flow of liquid, they are opposite in direction. That's why here we are introducing a negative sign. So negative sign indicates that viscous force and the motion of viscous medium, or we can tell it as the motion of fluid, they are opposite to each other. So F is equal to eta into A into dV by dx. Okay? Where eta is known as coefficient of viscosity. Coefficient of viscosity. So whenever a liquid it is moving, okay, by layer, that is nothing but what? Laminar flow. So whenever that liquid is moving a layer by layer, what will be happening? The upper layer tries to increase the velocity of lower layer. But what is the characteristic of lower layer? Okay, the characteristic of lower layer, it just wants to decrease its velocity of the upper layer. Okay, in that fluid flow, a layer by layer, in last class which diagram I had drawn, just recollect that diagram. So as step by step it wants to increase its velocity, that means the top layer. But what is doing that lower layer? It is just tries to reduce its own as well as the layer, water layer or any fluid layer which is above than that. It tries to what? It tries to bring back that force value. Okay, that means it wants to de-accelerate. Okay, so velocity gradient is nothing but what? Rate of change of velocity with respect to perpendicular distance by that fluid material in the direction of motion of fluid. Clear? And if we calculate SI units means it will be S power minus 1. Dimensional unit for velocity gradient is nothing but D power minus 1. And Newton given one formula for that viscosity, in which he will be telling that the viscous force acting between two layers of the liquid. So what will happen? It is directly proportional to area of contact. Yeah. So how the layers are in contact with each other, that is nothing but area. Okay. Then F is directly proportional to velocity gradient. dV by dx means what? Velocity gradient. So if I combine these two, if I club these two, means what I can write? F is proportional to A into dV by dx. Okay. Otherwise, F is equal to eta, some constant I had introduced, into A into dV by dx. As this viscous force basically, just remember a word, it is nothing but what? Anything, if it wants to go in complete progressing manner, means it's just want to bring it back. It will be directing in opposite direction. So that's why here we will be introducing what? Negative sign. Clear? F is equal to minus eta A into dV by dx, where eta is known as coefficient of viscosity. Clear? So for this eta, can you calculate what is the SI unit for this eta? Shall we go for that? Now we came to coefficient of viscosity. We are going to calculate SI unit for that. So okay. So if we separate this eta, means what all the things we are going to get? Eta is equal to F by A, correct now? In denominator dV, in numerator dx. So F is nothing but what? Force. SI for force is nothing but what? Newton. X is nothing but meter. A is nothing but what? Meter square. dV is nothing but meter per second. That means V, velocity, meter per second. So what are the things will get cancelled? Meter will get cancelled first of all. So Newton, this meter square will go to what? Numerator. So it will become what? Newton per meter square. S will come to numerator. S power 1 or S power plus 1 or simply S. This is nothing but what? SI unit for theta. Yeah, SI unit for theta. Newton per meter square second. Clear? Next. For this eta, if we want to calculate dimensional formula, how we can calculate? First of all, force. Force means mass into acceleration, which is nothing but m l t power minus 2. X means distance, that is nothing but what? L whole divided by. A means area, which is nothing but length square, 2 in length. dv is nothing but what? Velocity, meter per second on lt power minus 1. Clear? So, shall we go l square. So first of all, l will get cancelled. Here 1l, here 1l will get cancelled. Again, what is remaining? M. Correct? Next, t power minus 2. This t power minus 1, if it comes to numerator means it will become t power plus 1. T power plus 1, t power minus 2 results for t power minus 1. Okay? And then what is remaining? L power minus 1 or L power minus 1, t power minus 1. So, dimensional formula for eta, it is nothing but what? 1 in mass, minus 1 in length, minus 1 in time. Clear? And this is also known as poise. Newton per meter square second is also known as poise. P-O-I-S-E. Clear? You should have to remember. And 1 decapoise means it will be 10 poise. Okay? And what are the things we have means this is viscosity. So this coefficient of viscosity, it will be varying inversely with the temperature for liquids. Okay, if the temperature of the liquid is higher temperature means what will be happening? It will be having lesser viscosity value. Okay, and how we can write it means viscosity in case of liquids, it is inversely proportional to temperature. Clear? If temperature become maximum means viscosity will become minimum. Okay. Next, viscosity in case of gases, okay, it is directly proportional to temperature. So here you can remember the hot water runs fastly. Okay, that means it will be having maximum temperature and viscosity is minimum. Viscosity is nothing but what? Relative motion. Okay, the disturbance or a force for the relative motion, it is nothing but what? Very minimum. Okay, if disturbance is minimum, it's what will happen? It will pass very easily. Are you all getting? So hot water runs fast. Okay, that is nothing but if temperature became maximum, if temperature is higher means the liquid which we are using, that liquid will be flowing very easily. This is the meaning of the statement. The hot water will run faster. Clear? And here temperature increases means viscosity in case of gases will also increase. Okay, here if temperature is increased means here viscosity will also get increased. Clear? Shall I erase the board? Clear? So now we are going to discuss about one more important factor, that is nothing but what? Stokes law. Clear? Stokes law. So actually what happened, let us consider a situation. Imagine you are having a small ball, okay, a small ball which is made up of iron or steel like that. So that ball, what we are doing means we are going to dip that ball, not dipping, we are just throwing that ball inside a vessel which is containing liquid, large vessel let us consider. So what happens? First of all, when it enters in that liquid column, first and the foremost force which is applying before entering through that liquid column is nothing but due to weight of that object. That means due to mass into acceleration, due to mass and acceleration due to gravity, due to its weight, that body will be coming down. Clear? And next, in further what happens when it came to that liquid viscous medium, that liquid medium will apply some force on that. That is treated as upthrust. What is that? That is named as upthrust. And one more force it is experiencing, that is nothing but what? Viscous force, which we had discussed earlier. Clear? So let us consider, here we are having a tube in this manner, and here we have a spherical ball of a radius r, density rho, clear, and which is having mass m, let us consider, and it is in liquid medium of density sigma, so first and foremost thing, in fluid also it will be having a force which is acting in downward direction, that is nothing but what? Mg. Clear? This is the force which is acting in what? Downward direction. And then one more force, this fluid will be acting on that, that is nothing but what? One is viscous force and one more is upthrust. Clear? This sigma stands for density of liquid. And after some times what will happen, let me tell you. As soon as it enters this column, initially it will be moving with some velocity. And at a particular time what will happen means, it will try to come down with a constant velocity which is known as terminal velocity. Terminal velocity. Clear? So the constant velocity acquired by the sphere, okay, when it is moving in a fluid column, okay, or any liquid column, that constant velocity is named as terminal velocity. Clear? So as soon as it starts entering with terminal velocity, forces will get be matched. That means this complete body, it is moving in a constant velocity. This body came to in a equilibrium position, which is nothing but upthrust, which is acting in upward direction, plus viscous force, which is acting in upward direction, should be equal to the weight of the body which is acting in downward direction. That is the number of mg. Clear? Now, viscous force, the value for this viscous force is nothing but 6 pi eta r d. Clear? Sorry. So now we are going to write values for upthrust as well as viscous force and about this mg. Clear? So upthrust means it is nothing but Simply the weight of this liquid part due to this spherical body. Okay, that is nothing but what? M into G plus viscous force, it is nothing but 6 pi eta RVT is equal to what? Mg. So here M for this liquid column, what I can write in this place of this spherical ball. Okay, how the liquid is getting displaced. So we know that density is nothing but what? Mass into volume. So mass is nothing but what? Density into volume. Density for liquid is sigma. Okay, sigma into volume V into acceleration due to gravity G plus 6 pi eta RVT is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity for this sphere. So what we can write in the place of mass, density into volume. Density is given as rho, volume V. Okay, next G as it is. Clear? No, sigma as it is. Volume displaced by this complete water due to this volume, that is nothing but 4 by 3 pi r cube into G plus as it is 6 pi eta r dt is equal to, now here rho, volume is nothing but how much? 4 by 3 pi r cube by m. Okay, into G. So we are going to calculate about terminal velocity. Okay, Vt means terminal velocity. Okay, terminal velocity Vt. We are solving for Vt. So I will keep this term as it is, 6 pi eta r Vt is equal to, so here we have rho 4 by 3 pi r cube into G minus this quantity. Otherwise, how we can write 4 by 3 pi r cube G as it is. This rho minus this complete quantity means what I can write in the bracket? Into bracket rho minus sigma. Clear? So we are going to separate this Vt. So if I separate this Vt means Vt is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube G into rho minus sigma. Clear? Can you able to see? Next, in denominator, what all the things we have? 6 pi eta r. 6 pi eta r. So Vt is here only. So now let us check. 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6. Pi is getting cancelled. R, 1 r will get cancelled. So what is remaining? Vt is equal to, shall I write here? Okay, Vt is equal to, so 2, here we have 2. In denominator 3 3s are 9. In denominator next term r square. In numerator r square. Next, here we have G, here we have rho minus sigma. So rho minus sigma into G. Clear? In denominator again eta. Okay. So Vt is equal to 2 r square rho minus sigma into G whole divided by eta. 2 by 9 r square rho minus sigma into G divided by eta. This is nothing but what? Expression for terminal velocity. Okay. This is nothing but what? Stokes law. Okay. Can you able to see? Vt is equal to 2 by 9 r square rho minus sigma into G. Vt is equal to 2 r square rho minus sigma into G divided by 9 times of coefficient of viscosity eta. Yeah. Shall I erase the board? Okay, one more small concept, that is nothing but what? A Reynolds number. Reynolds number. So as the name suggests, it is a pure number actually. Okay, Reynolds number is a pure number which determines nature of fluid flow. Clear? And denoted by Re. Clear? Reynolds number Re is a pure number which determines nature of fluid flow. So what is the meaning of nature of fluid flow? In previous classes we had discussed what? When we started fluid dynamics. In that class we had came across steady state or steady flow, and one more thing, that is nothing but what? Turbulent flow. What is the meaning of steady flow or streamline flow? Whenever the fluid it is passing at a given point, if we cross check velocity, all the particles of the liquid medium, all the particles of that liquid medium at a given point should have same velocity, both in magnitude and direction. At a given point, particular point, if we want to cross check velocity, clear? At that point velocity, whatever the particle may come at that point, at that point they should have to possess same velocity. At a point, if 2 meter per second is there, means next particle should also possess 2 meter per second. Earlier what was the velocity we don't consider, but at that point if it is satisfying 2 meters per second, okay, in such cases. And streamline also we had discussed. Streamlines means what? The path followed by the liquid particle is known as streamline, or a tangent at any point on the streamline will give us direction of motion of that particle or velocity of that particle at that particular point. Clear? So Reynolds number, we have some conditions. So first of all, if Re value, if it is less than 1000, okay, we will be specifying it as streamline flow. If Re value is greater than 2000 means it is turbulent flow. If it is in between 1000 and 2000 means it is not decided. Clear? Sometimes the fluid may come in steady motion, and in some time it may come in turbulent motion. Clear? So again we are going to discuss it in our next class. So keep studying, don't waste your time. Thank you.